I'd like you to welcome the Board of Directors President and Chairman, Mr. Derek Barraza.
Thank you, Bill, and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's my great pleasure to host you here at the 2014 President Summit. I wanted to give you a little bit of a State of the Association message today. And what I did is I went back and I looked at what did I promise I was going to do in this job. I figured you might want to know about that. So I printed it out and it was only 3 pages. But I'm not going to read all that to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the highlights of what we've done so far that you've sent me here to do. So just to give you some background on our association, in general, the state of the association is that we are very healthy. We have a good bottom line as far as our finances are concerned. We have an excellent staff that's working very hard through a time of transition to service our members. We have excellent professional support from professional companies like those that you're going to hear today from Arthur Riemann, our attorney for nonprofits, Denise Cooper, who's here in the front row, who is helping us with our human resources and overall management consulting, as well as several other key partners as you see around the room today. In addition, what I would like to say is the future looks very bright. We have a new outlook on things. We are moving forward in a direction that's focused on customer service. So one of the messages that I've been giving is, leadership is very important, and we're focused on leadership. We're focused on improving our leadership and being leaders in not just soccer, but in everything that we do. As you know, excellence in soccer is our tagline, and that's what we believe, and that's what we strive for every single day. One of the things that we're looking at is, with the customer service being at our focus, is inverting this pyramid of success. And at the top of a pyramid, you might think, well, you got the board of directors at the top, and they're calling the shots, and they're setting the direction, and so on. And that, from a governance point of view, that's true. The board of directors is responsible to set the pace and to set the agenda, set the governance, and make sure things are happening, make sure the resources are available so that people can get the job done. And to empower and enable you guys to run your programs. That's our job. But what I want to do is I want to actually take that pyramid and I want to flip it upside down. And by flipping that pyramid upside down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you, our customers, at the top of that pyramid. Okay? Everything we do should be to service you and to provide you the services that you need and the resources that you need to be successful. The next level in that pyramid, once it's inverted, is the person that's helping you in our office. So when we have someone in the office or somebody on a committee that's providing services to you, they become the next most important person in that chain. And it therefore becomes important to us to make sure that that person has everything that they need in order to provide you excellent service. So we're going to be focusing on those things, inverting that pyramid with the board of directors not being at the top, but being at the bottom of the pyramid to provide that base of support. That is my vision and my intention in moving forward, is to make sure that we understand that when it comes to the Cal South pyramid, that our customers, our members, our affiliates are at the top of that pyramid. So that's my message to you. Now let me just talk briefly about some of the initiatives. Now, the State Cup subsidy you heard about, many of you are aware of this. We provided over $500,000 this year in support. It was a tremendous increase in support for our teams, okay? Now, those of you that have teams that are competitive, that made it to State Cup regions and finals, that's not everyone. So you might be wondering, well, what are you doing for the rest of us? And those other things are also on our agenda, including recreational soccer. The task force had a meeting today, just before this meeting, to try and push that agenda forward as well. We are very interested in developing this game, especially in those neighborhoods where we don't have a strong support for Cal South right now. So to that end, one of the things that our board of directors did was approve a budget that includes significant increase in budget for funding programs in those neighborhoods. So I'm very happy to report that to you today. Some of the other things were more administrative, things like the team forfeiture due to a coach not being available. We've changed our rules and relaxed them in a way that will allow you to avoid forfeits on the field, because no one likes to show up for a game and then there be a forfeit because of a technicality. So we have new methods that are coming online, including an F license for administrators, so that there's always someone who has risk management and enough coaching experience and knowledge and training in order to be there for the game to go on. And I think that's important to you. The recreational soccer we talked about, That task force is actually assessing and creating the recreational vision for the future as we speak today. Player release and transfer. This was a very controversial one, but it was on my list of promises to you. I appointed a task force of members at large as well as board members. We had representation from every major competitive league, all 3 major competitive leagues in the state. And they came out and they actually streamlined and refined and made changes that are favorable, very favorable to you, our members. The last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is really a conglomerate of many different areas, which is what we're calling the Cal South Center of Excellence. And this Center of Excellence includes those league subsidies to go out and create new leagues in not just the inner city or urban areas, but in rural areas as well. And the budget has been approved for that. So we're going to be looking for opportunities to partner with you, our members, to help grow the game, because that's our mission. An organizational dashboard has been requested, and our technology committee that we appointed, amongst many other projects, is going to be working on creating this organizational dashboard so that you as a member can log in to this dashboard and instantly see the health of your organization and where you stand with Cal South. No one likes surprises. You don't like to get a notification later on that you missed a payment and now you're going to be in bad standing, or that you forgot to file some paperwork. So this is something I'm looking for 2015 for us to provide to you. Along with the best practices knowledge base. This is more longer term, but it is something on our radar, to where simple things like how do I line up a field? What are the dimensions? What's the best way to paint a field? I mean, we reinvent the wheel all the time in this business, do we not? These are things that we can actually make a lot easier for you, our members. Coaching education. So please stop by and visit our coaching education booth today. Steve Hoffman, our director of coaching, is there, and he's got a great team of coaches. They're out there scouting, they're looking for the talented players, they're training the coaches, they're doing all kinds of things to make Cal South a better place. I've asked Steve to produce a blueprint, and that blueprint will give us a roadmap to the future of how to build upon the successes we have now to make sure that we stay as the leader across the country in terms of coaching education, player development, and having the most players on the national team of any other state. That's the goal. The same applies in our referee development, and we do have a booth over there for referees. You know, when I was coaching a team, I made sure that all my players had the opportunity, and many of them took that opportunity, to become certified referees. I give you this strong advice. Do that for your kids. They will become the complete player. They will understand the game from a different perspective, and guess what? Not so many red and yellow cards in the process. It's a great way for them to actually become more complete soccer people. And let's see, the Soccer Nation. So this year we're going to have a difference in Soccer Nation. It's not going to be the big, huge expo that it's been. As you know, we've had great success with that over the years, but it is a very expensive event to put on, and we thought maybe the money that we were spending there, we could better invest in you, our members. So this year, what we're planning on doing is having a regular AGM with maybe a few vendors offering some exhibits, but not the big expo that we've had in the past. What I'd like to do is, instead of having you all come to downtown LA for that event, I'd like to bring some of that to your community. So this year, Rick Velasco up in District 7 had a symposium for recreational soccer, and I'd like to see more of those local events so that we come to the remote areas and you don't have to come to LA, and we meet you on your areas and help you with your programs right there on the spot. From a business point of view, we just completed an operational review in our office, and that operational review was really a very successful program. It helped us identify areas that need attention, that need some improvement and some refinement, and Denise Cooper helped us with that. She's a fantastic HR and management consultant, and she helped us identify a set of areas that we can invest time and effort in to make Cal South a friendlier, more efficient place to do business. And I'm very excited about that. So you'll see many changes coming in the near future from the results of that review. Part of that review was also data privacy and data security, and we've identified areas that we're going to tighten up our computer systems to make sure and protect your data and your information. So the last one is members' rights. Well, it's not really the last one, there's another page. Members' rights. we talked about this leading up to the election last year. You know, we have this process of making sure everyone that votes is qualified to vote and is authorized to vote and is in good standing to vote. And the concern I always had was, are we taking away your votes for the right reasons when we take away a vote? For example, if you go break some rules, really egregious rules, and you really messed up, then maybe you lost your right to vote that year. But if you have a financial matter that needs attention, then perhaps that should be dealt with in the business office and not so much by taking away your vote. So our nominations committee is in the process now reviewing all of our bylaws and all of our voting rights and procedures, and I promise you that we will have improvement in this area so that it's much easier for you guys to exercise your right to vote. This, of course, leads to the fact that, you know, we did a complete bylaw overhaul a couple of years ago, and we made, I believe, very significant improvements in our bylaws. But I don't think you stop there. I don't think you just do that one time every decade. I think you need to do it every couple, 3 years. So I'm going to be engaging with Arthur's law firm that helped us with the last set of bylaws, and we're going to go again, top to bottom. What do we need to fix? What has changed in California law that we need to be compliant with? What can we do to make our organization more service-oriented so that we don't have too many rules? So Rick Velasco, our Vice President of Youth, is also the chairman of the Bylaws Committee, and he's going to be working with several of our board members and members at large that are on his committee to actually get that done in conjunction with Arthur. So that will happen. The budget, we talked about that. So one of the things that I want to share with you about the budget is last year at the AGM, we gave you the audited financial report. And the problem was we forgot to bring the magnifying glass, and a lot of people complained about that, and we heard you loud and clear. So what we want to do is we want to be more transparent about things, so we're going to publish a member-friendly budget on our website. And Ken Goldman, our treasurer, has promised to work on that in this coming month as soon as the 10/15 deadline's done, because he's a CPA, and October 15th is another deadline for accountants. So once that's done, he's going to work on putting that together, and we will have that budget on the website. So you guys will know how we plan to spend your money. That's the bottom line. The last two items on here, adult soccer. Adult soccer, as you know, Cal South is not only the youth, but we're the complete program. We have adults as part of our area of responsibility. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to see us as youth administrators, as well as adult administrators, grow this program. But the largest area of potential for growth is in the youth side. So if you're running a youth program, maybe you can talk to us. Luis Salcedo has been part of member development. He's been leading that effort. We'd like to see you develop adult programs as well. And there are some challenges and some unique opportunities there for you if you're running an organization that hopefully will present that opportunity for you to consider doing that. And then lastly, risk management. This is probably our most important program. It's very, very important that we make sure that anyone that comes in contact with the kids goes through this program. We do not want even one person to get around that system and to the kids that should not rightfully have access to work with kids. So I'm asking you guys to work with us. We are continuing to evolve that program and improve it along the way and offer our services to you and make sure that we're there and responsive when you need us. But it's really important that you guys, as leaders in this room, take charge of that risk management program for your programs so that we keep the kids safe. That's very critical. The bottom line is we're providing the budgetary needs and resources as we're best able to, and we're here to work with you and make these things happen. We have an open door policy. You can contact us anytime that you have any needs, interests, questions, concerns, ideas. Feel free, pick up the phone, give me a call, send us an email, schedule an appointment to come by the office. We'll work with you. That's our job. That's what we're here for. Lastly, I would like to ask for a moment of silence. I got a call this morning from Billy McNichols, the coaching director at Mission Viejo Soccer Club. Many of you may have heard of the accident on the 5 freeway at 2:30 a.m. last night. We did lose 3 under 15 boys, players from Mission Viejo Soccer Club in that accident. So I would ask you if you could please reflect on that, a moment of silence on behalf of those players from Mission Viejo. Thank you very much.